Hello, Marine College. Hello, Marine Institute of Management, Kutikanam. All the best for the 8th International Conference on Sustainable Management Practices. As your former director, I am very pleased to accept your invitation to address this conference. Your director, Dr. Murali Vallabhan, insisted this talk should be in English. Maybe because faculty and students from Lincoln University, Malaysia, Berjaya, Malaysia, and Semarang, Indonesia, and many others may be attending online. Otherwise, I wanted to give this speech in Malayalam because I wanted you to think about the sustainability of Kerala as a state and the management of its public sector as well. My PhD is in applied ethics. One of my masters is in political philosophy. Why I say that? Just to make it clear that what I want to say is not politics, but political philosophy, economics, business management, and sustainability. What is the meaning of the word sustainable? It means able to be maintained at a certain level. That means lasting, long-lasting, durable, etc. These days, we discuss a lot about the sustainability of our state of Kerala. I think Kerala would make a great case study on sustainable management practices. Is Kerala, in its present shape, sustainable? Is its economic modus operandi sustainable? Before we go further into that, let me remind you, business, commerce has played a great role in making our world better. You may remember this concept called Doux Commerce. The French word is spelled D-O-U-X. It means sweet commerce. According to the Doux Commerce thesis, commerce can make life more comfortable. The primitive man had no opportunity to grow in humanistic values. It is because of the business that he became much humanistic. It is a business that helped man to establish bonds among people. Business promoted humaneness, and civility. Business transformed the rude remnants of feudalism. Business taught people to be prudent and generous. In fact, this is not my idea. This is not something new. 17th and 18th century political philosophers like James Steuart, Montesquieu, Condorcet, Thomas Paine, etc. shared this idea that the expansion of market diminishes barbaric ways of the citizens. The desire to make money acted as a restraint on our violent passions. The desire for trade had constructive side effects on the character of the citizens and of their political leadership. Interest in international trade reduced warfare among nations. So Montesquieu, the French political philosopher, said, civilized behavior is both a precondition for and a result of commerce. What is meant by civilized behavior? It means to be honest, to be trustworthy, to be ethical. And Montesquieu continues, it is almost a general rule that wherever there is commerce, manners are gentle. Wherever manners are gentle, there is commerce. So this is what we said. We need commerce to make our society civilized and prosperous. To have commerce, manners should be gentle. If the manners are not civilized and gentle, what will happen? Enterprises will quit the state. When the entrepreneurs quit, no employment opportunities. But no employment opportunities, Government cannot levy taxes, neither from the businessmen nor from the employees. Then the government treasury or exchequer goes empty. No salary, no pension, no social security, price increase, poverty, miserable life. Look at the countries that discouraged the private sector, those governments that wanted public sector to be the greatest employer. It is called the big government. Most of the time, they fail miserably in their management practices because their business is not business. Ruling party wants to use the public sector for their vote bank politics as a means to reward their followers and to be in power forever. Look at the countries with ideologies and priorities other than the prosperity, freedom, and happiness of its citizens or their citizens. No justice, no peace, no happiness, no growth. Still in poverty and ignorance. In short, this is what I said. For a sustainable society, you need business. You need ethical business. So this is my advice to the students, especially of business management and commerce. You can build a happy life. You can create a prosperous world. You can make it a sustainable going concern if you can do business with the trust and integrity, with the ethics and morals. If you can do it with a win-win mentality. So ask these questions to yourself. Do people trust me as a business person? Do they trust my product? Do they trust my service? Do they trust me as an individual, as a community, as a society, as a state? So another interesting question would be, do you have trust and confidence in your society or in your government? Will you invest in your own state? Let me remind you once again, what I am saying is not politics, but economics and political philosophy. I'm not a proponent of an absolutely free market. For sustainability, you need a regulated free market, I believe. But one needs to know the right mix. Right mix of government regulations and freedom to do business. How much freedom and how much control will get the best result? That decision depends on the skill of policymakers, the skill of the government, the administration. It needs education, it needs character. By the way, have you read the novel Knopf's Trials by Donald McCaig? I'll conclude this talk with the story of Knopf, a sheepdog that helps the shepherd in herding. It says how the sheepdog learns the right distance behind the herd to keep the sheep grazing without getting scattered. When the sheepdog is too close, the sheep panic and run off in all directions. When the dog is too far back, again the sheep neglect the dog and run off in all directions. However, the dog finds out the right distance behind the herd after many trials. So this is what I want to say. There is a right distance. There is a right mix. Learn the right balance between freedom and regulation. So the conclusion, for sustainability, you need business. To make people civilized, you need business. You need not only public sector, but also private. You need not only business, but also business ethics. You need rules. You need freedom. You need virtues. Thank you for having me. All the best.